So we wrote this song called Buck Fever a couple weeks ago and just put it out for fun, and it goes something like this. Still up this morning, couldn't sleep a wink last night. Shadows moving across the wall, my mind is running wild. And I know the morning's coming, my alarm ain't gone off yet. And every year I hope this is the day I won't forget.
Deer hunting weekend's probably one of our busiest weekends of the year, so we've definitely got to make sure our staff is ready and upkept, and make sure all the beer is stocked and cold, and make sure you're ready to go, and you know.
I've got Buck Fever, he keeps showing up in my dreams. Buck Fever, he's got the biggest rack I ever seen. Buck Fever, and if he walks from my deer stand, I'm gonna put him in my sights and send him to the promised land. So
this is called the Big Buck Stops tomorrow. So we come on TLS every year during deer hunting. Getting hammered before deer hunting. Does this help the deer come to me? You know, grains, barley, hops. Deer like all of that. So I figured, you know, if I'm ingesting it, they'll want to come to me.
I stared down my reflection as I painted up my face.
We got done with church, we came here for Bloody Marys, and the neighbor kids that just lived down the road, and he had blood on his cheeks because he got his very first buck. And he had the testicles in the pocket. Emily, go and cook it. They're waiting for Max to get up to cook the testicles.
And if he walks from my deer stand, I'm gonna put him in my sights and send him to the promised land.
My role here at Toad Lake Store is kind of managing everything and making sure everything's upkept and all the beer is stocked, and kind of just like a PR kind of guy, and making sure everybody's happy and ready to be here, and just having a good time and smiling all the time.
For almost 15 years, Max Knoll and his family have had the pleasure of running one of the most defining features of rural Frazee, the Toad Lake Store.
As far as it started, I think this place was built in early 1900s, so it's been going pretty good since then. It's always been kind of a bar and tavern. It's switched hands plenty of times, but just growing up and knowing that this place could be something better than what it is, then we kind of took it over and went from there.
The store has had decades of success, and being a Frazee native, I was excited to come home, belly up to the bar, and hear stories that would help me tell the tale of this legendary place.
I was born in the farmhouse west of the Toad Lake Store. My mother cut hair for the neighbors and whoever would stop by. And that day it happened to be Charlie Broberg, and he was the owner of the Toad Lake Store since about 1920. He said that, I think we're thinking about selling it. Then we bought it, and we couldn't stay on the farm and run the store, so we moved into the garage that you see next to the store today. And there wound up to be 7 of us in there.
On a typical night, I mean, you can have your local crowd, like say your family names. You know, you got your Jepsons and Yulnemis and Mickelsons and Pelias out here, and then we got the Amish out here. So I mean, we're so remote that it's astonishing to see that people want to come to a little hole-in-the-wall bar out here in the middle of nowhere in the sticks.
My mission at this bar was to discover what makes it so great. Therefore, I had to ask people the very important question: why do you come to the Toad Lake Store?
It's in the boonies.
It's always a good time at Toad Lake. I like the bartender, Ronnie. He's a great guy.
Good atmosphere, good people. I don't know. It's just got a good feel.
Good times and good company.
the best place on earth.
I live here, down in the basement.
Toad Lake Store's got great food, good company, and good damn people.
Toad Lake Store is the best place to be because they've got great people and great people that own it that'll treat you like a family. So it's a good place to be.
Accessibility, nice and close to home. Saturday nights are prime for prime rib.
Probably the prime rib. It's really good. Every year, super good all the time.
The prime rib, yeah.
Yeah, our prime rib every Saturday night starts at 5 o'clock. We've been doing it for a few years now. My mom does a little recipe on it. Honestly, people come in from all over the world. We've had a guy come in from Australia that had it the other week. A guy from the Middle East came out here and he said he wants to come out here every week because he hasn't had a piece of prime rib like that, he says. So.
Did you order the prime rib?
No, but I had heard about it. I've heard about it for a long time. You ordered it? Oh, yeah, I did order the prime rib. I've never had it before.
I had heard about the Toad Lake Store prime rib for my entire life. But after being there and filming it in person, I decided it was finally time for me to try the famous dish for myself. I've had one bite of the prime rib, and it is worth the hype. 100%.
Very good. Fabulous.
Best prime rib in the state of Minnesota.
About the best around. Had it many times.
Prime rib, it's amazing.
Oh, prime rib is amazing. It is tender, it is juicy, it tastes good, it is everything. It's the atmosphere, it's everything.
I found that in my interviews with Jim and his sister Helen, that the atmosphere at Toad Lake Store has always been everything.
Well, when we were running it, we had a lot of dances in the dance hall.
They dance things like the butterfly and the chicken dance and polkas and waltzes besides. Yes.
On an average dance night, we'd go through we'd count about 70 cases of beer. We served just bottled beer.
And the beer flowed steadily across the counter in the store. And it was full. I mean, everybody danced in that day. They'd go have a few beers and then they'd be ready to dance. But people don't dance anymore unless they will start. Maybe then they wouldn't need exercise machines, I always say.
And though the dance hall is now used for storage, the people of Toad Lake Store still find a way to get funky.
Yeah. So Toad Lake Store is the vacuum. It's like a black hole. It sucks you in. You're here. Sunday nights are karaoke, and you get here, you start singing. Next thing you know is it's 1 a.m. Just phenomenal.
My father kind of just made a staple that karaoke is going to be out here on Sundays, so that's kind of a weird day for the normal folk around here, but you still get a lot of people out here on Sunday nights kind of tapping their boots and having a good time and just rocking it out.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin.
Not at all. Oh, yes, I have. I'm not very good at singing, but I sure love to sing.
Buildings will change, so will clothes and models of cars. But one thing is forever: people drink at the bar.
Captain Morgan. Diet. I gotta watch my weight. The Beast.
Don't you ever drink the mead? We got a lot of it downstairs. Heine.
Best thing ever, Captain and Rum.
The Bush. The best. He just comes here for the popcorn.
That's true. It's my favorite place.
Hey, Bird.
Oh, I didn't. I had a customer come in one night. He was a trucker, and he ordered a drink. He said they wanted me to bring in a load of straw. And he said, straw pile was burnt up. I said, what? Yeah, he said, burnt up. He said, and there was a boot and a shoe sticking out. He said, and I looked at that, and he said, that was a leg. So he said, I saw it was a body. Oh, I said, you saw a body with us? Yeah. So he said, I went to the other straw pile and picked up a jag. And I said, haven't you called anybody? He said, no. I said, I think we better. So it turned out to be a murder. But I thought it was kind of funny that he didn't pay that much attention. He just ordered a drink and went over and continued with his night.
Well, I know a coworker of mine said that working at Toad Lake isn't always glamorous and peaches and cream, but it's totally awesome. So she's told me to say that, and that's just what it is, you know. So
I love that it's out in a rural area. It's great. It's like going back in the 50s. It's cool that way.
And I just want to follow in the footsteps of my father and making sure that this business is going and keep everybody happy, because Toad Lake Store is like a staple to this community of Frazee, like rural Frazee. Like
our dad would always say that when he went to other states, he was down to Florida or something, that they didn't know where Frazee was, but they knew about Toad Lake.
we have so many people that live out in this area that want somewhere to go, somewhere to eat, somewhere to just hang out at and just have a good time. So
I mean, it's traditions, it's things like that,
and we all know it.
And everybody knows about it. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just so awesome about being around here.
Met people from far away and from close by, and some from towns I never heard of, but they know where the Toad Lake Store is.
I just strive on making sure everybody is having a good time and their visit here was memorable.